What have I been up to in the musical world? I've been writing lyrics for my prog rock masterpiece. It's 3 songs, they're about 20 minutes apiece, and it turns out it takes about 600 words to get through one. This is the first one, Mind. It's actually done. Holy smoke. Second one, Observation. I'm getting close, except for if you can see this at all. I got to edit stuff, but I'm getting close. Third one, I got a great big piece of paper that I'm starting to sketch out its form in. But this whole process has led me to this conclusion, and that is that writing lyrics is the hardest form of writing there is. So to make my case, let's compare this to writing a novel, which is the easiest form of writing in the world. Because you make shit up. Once you've figured out what you want to say, you write it down on a piece of paper, you're done. So just like novel writing, the first step is to figure out what you want to say. Yeah, but you only got 4 lines to say what you want to say. Oh, and did I mention that in those 4 lines, you only get 8 syllables per line, maximum. Oh, and whatever you write has to follow the melody. Don't forget that the song has a rhythm. So if you look at that syllable right there, it falls on an accented beat. And what that means is the accent will end up falling on the wrong syllable, the wrong syllable, the wrong syllable. And once you've rewritten it 12,000 billion times to fit all those different parameters, then you got to look at it and say, did the lyrics still actually say what I want them to say? Oh, yeah, and then there's rhyming. Make the whole thing rhyme. No problem, right? So what I do is I get a book like this and I just start writing down ideas. And this book is literally full of ideas for one song. And from there, I start harvesting out pieces and kind of add to a sheet like this, which is kind of my palette of ideas and phrases and things that I might want to put in a song. And then I start spitting them onto a thing like this. And when I've got them fairly solid, then I actually type them out onto a piece of paper, which then comes kind of the final stab at it, is you got to get the part of your brain that runs your mouth that does the singing to sing the words into place, because that whole synaptic system that sings has an insight and a perspective to put on it. And sometimes you'll say like, oh, I've written this beautiful line and I stuck it in this song. You try and sing it and your brain, your singing brain goes like, nah, yeah, that sucks, and sings a completely different line. You go like, wait a minute, I'm in charge here. I wrote the lyric. How come I'm singing something different? And then you actually look at what you sang and you go like, oh, wait a minute, I sing that because it's better. And that's where these things come in, where you go like, oh yeah, this is done, except for, oh, wait a minute, I'm changing this, and oh, I'm rewriting this, and I'm rewriting that. In the end, it actually has to be singable, and then you're done. Once you figure out, make the phrasing work, and oh, there's got to be a performance, and oh, singing on tune is actually kind of good, and then singing in a way that you actually enunciate your words so people they can actually hear what you're saying, because they complain about that. I can't hear what you're saying. You're mumbling too much. And then not making the line so damn long that there's no place to breathe, and everything else. So, in conclusion, is lyric writing actually the hardest form of writing there is? I'd make a pretty good case for it. Hopefully I just did. But maybe I'm wrong, because I've had to write like manuals for paragliding, and those are really hard because there is one way to do things correctly, and there is an infinite amount of ways to do things wrong. And somehow you have to write in words this very narrow thing that can only be interpreted by doing the correct thing. And maybe that's more difficult. Maybe not.